Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to do the 5th and final challenge battle of Everdark Contract Reprisal, which is the level 70 battle, Chaos War. So I'm going to jump in, talk about the fight before I start it. Now, for this battle, you basically just need a way to remove the 3 debuffs that are applied by Bozel. The easiest way, of course, is if you have a character who has a skill that can remove all 3 debuffs at once, which is Dispel. And the characters with Dispel are Imelda, Chris, and actually Anna. So if you have any of those 3, you can remove all 3 debuffs. The irony here is, from all 3 of my characters, I actually don't have the Dispel skill unlocked on any of them. So instead of running those characters, I am basically forced to run 3 healers. There's no other way for me but to run 3 healers to deal with the debuff removal. So, with that said, it's time to figure out which 3 healers there are, right? Now, I should also mention, if you have a 6-star Liana who can remove 2 debuffs, then you only need 1 other healer, right? That would be much easier to manage. Unfortunately, in my case, that is completely not the situation that's happening. So I really have to run 3 healers, and what I'm going to run is I'm going to run Sophia, Chloe, and Liana with Ledin and Leon. So we'll see if this works out. So, the last thing here that I want to look at is whether I can have Sophia bring a strengthen skill, but I don't think I can. So we'll run this as is. So, Rewind, Mass Heal, and Regenerate for Sophia. Aurora Ring, Mass Heal, and Heal for Chloe. Liana has Act Again, Heal, and Prayer. And Ledin has his usual Faction Buff, Divine Guard, and Light Reflect. And Leon has his usual Chivalry, Assault, and Legion. So let's see how this works out, shall we? The final thing I should mention is, in order for your healers to survive the attack from Bozel, I think they need a bit over 4,000 hit points. Otherwise, they can't tank the hit from Bozel. So, and that's also if you have a few bonds upgrades on your characters in terms of the toughness bonds. For example, my Chloe, if I bring her up, she actually only has a level 2 heart bond. So she's in a bit of danger of dying, right? Sophia is not much better. In fact, she only has a level 1 heart bond. So she may also be in danger of dying. So that's why gear is so important here. So in the case of Chloe, I gave her my Liana's gear, right? All SSRs with the full moon enchant. I should also mention my Chloe actually only has 3 out of 4 class mastery. As for Sophia, she does have the full class mastery, but her gear is a bit behind in the sense that she's actually using, you can see, SR items here. So it's going to be a bit, I'm going to have my fingers crossed a bit on whether my healers can actually survive here. Truly don't know. I'm hoping they can, but we'll see once the battle begins. That's really what it comes down to. The thing though, I should mention, is even though these are SR gears, both of them have plus 10% hit points. It's not plus 15%, but I'm hoping that plus 10% hit points there, plus 6% hit points from the Crystal Ball, and then the 50 additional hit points from the Goddess's Left Hand is enough to keep Sophia alive. So we'll see once the battle begins. So, with all that said, let's jump into the fight. It literally comes down to whether my healers can survive Bozel's AOE blast. If they can, this map is cleared. If they can't, I'm going to have to redo it later. So, alright, so my party is Ledin, with Leon for damage dealers and 3 healers. And let's just start at this point. And it's quite straightforward initially. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Leon, Chivalry, and Assault this gargoyle. And then I'm just going to back off a little. Because I want to be outside of this vampire's range. Then I'm going to have Ledin move down. And why don't I start things off with Ledin using Divine Guard. Liana is going to again Ledin so that Ledin can faction buff. And then Sophia will regenerate my Ledin. And I'm actually going to have my Ledin tank 4 hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's just make it 3. Let's play it safe. So let's just place Sophia here. And now, here we go. Vampire Bat suicides himself into Ledin. Gargoyle suicides into Ledin. Second Vampire Bat hits Ledin. Doesn't... Oh, it actually dies. I didn't expect it to die, but if it dies, it helps, of course. And now, the reason why I went south initially, because of these 4 characters who spawn. What ends up happening is they join the enemy instead of supporting you. So there you go. In addition to that, there's also shadow versions of them. Okay, what happens is you have to kill the real version for these shadow versions to disappear. If you just kill off these shadow versions, they respawn where they are, and they'll keep respawning until the real versions die. That's why I went south initially. So let's wipe out all these remaining enemies in the south now. And I'm going to start off with Rewind to refresh my skills at this point. That's the first step. Next, let's have Leon crush the vampire. And retreat. I actually want to draw out Lester's attack. So I'm going to place Leon here, where Lester with 1, 2, 3, then Tidal Search 1, 2 can attack my Leon. So there we go. Let's have Ledin here. Divine Guard up once more. So he's going to tank 2 hits this turn. 1 from the Gargoyle, 1 from Lester. I'm not going to use Liana's again yet, because there's no reason to. Let's just heal up Ledin. And Chloe will just end her turn. So there we go. So this turn, I tank 2 hits, 1 from this Gargoyle, and 1 from Lester. Gargoyle kills itself. And Lester melee attacks Ledin. I don't think he's going to die, but he'll take quite a bit of damage. Yep. Alright, so far so good. So, I can avoid Jessica for now, so I'm going to focus on this left side. Scott, being cavalry, will easily suicide into Ledin. So let's have Leon take out Shuri. By order of elimination, that's the only character I really need to kill this turn. So, Leon. With the first strike on Shuri. Let's have Ledin. Let's have Liana use a game on Leon. Yeah. And the second strike will finish off Shuri. Getting rid of the shadow as well. So let's have Ledin shift over now. He still has Divine Guard for 1 turn. So he can shift over and I don't know. Doesn't matter if I faction buff or not. I'm not going to bother. Let's have Chloe heal up Ledin because he has to tank hits. And I'm going to place Sophia here and just regenerate my Ledin. So once again, Ledin responsible for tanking 2 hits. 1 from Scott, 1 from Lester. Scott comes in. And suicides. Getting rid of that shadow. And then Lester comes in. And also suicides. Oh, never mind. He lives. Oh, regardless, only 2 main enemies left. I can still avoid Jessica, so I'm definitely going to do that. Why don't I pray her up right now to start? Healing up my characters. And Leon can just melee attack Lester to easily take him out. And turn on Danger Zone. Let's get Leon out of range. And start moving my other characters north. So let's have Ledin activate the faction buff now. And Chloe will heal up Leon. And Sophia can just move up and just end their turn. Alright. So turn 5. All these enemies in the south are gone, and I'm now marching towards the northern group. So let's have Leon move 5 tiles and assault Jessica. That's enough damage to take her out. And then shift north. Ledin is going to Divine Guard here. So, for this group, it's pretty interesting. These 2 orcs actually do not have Roar. So I can actually have Ledin tank the hits, okay, against them. So let's do that. And why don't I place Chloe here to draw out the orc attack. And have Sophia regenerate Ledin. So I'm just stacking buffs on Ledin in preparation for this turn's combat. Sonya uses Assault, prevents Ledin from healing. But despite that, Ledin should not die to a Cyclops. So there we go. And now I just need to wipe out these enemies. So let's have Leon Chivalry up and take down... Oh, couldn't even kill the Cyclops. Interesting. Alright, let's again Leon to start. So that I can do a second attack to wipe out one of the Cyclopses for sure. And I don't want to trigger these guys just yet. So maybe I'll place him right here. Let's see. Bozel can move down 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so putting Leon here is fine. Let's have Ledin crush Sonya. Oh, that got way too close. 217 hit points. That was... Oh, jeez. I probably should not have attacked there. But he lived. But that was definitely a potential mistake not to make. I should have just relied on Ledin counter-attacking to take out those two. In any case though, we're nearly done. Just 3 enemies in the north to kill with 13 turns. So there's tons of time. So let's make use of that time. I'm not going to push in just yet, because Ledin needs to reactivate his Divine Guard before I move in. So this turn is just set up. So generate Ledin and end Chloe's turn. Alright. And now this turn is moving in. So let's move Ledin up 1 and have him Divine Guard. Next, let's have Leon attack the Skeleton Master and retreat. Well, at this point, it's just whatever. Let's pray her up. Or let's mass heal so they get the defense buff. And Liana can just pray her up to fully heal everyone. Skeleton Master comes in using Shield Bash, but because of the Sage's Hat effect, it does nothing to Ledin. So Sage's Hat, immunity to stun, being very critical for that turn just now. And now, let's just heal up my Ledin first, so that Ledin can move in at full hit points against Bozel. And melee attack, which should get rid of the skeleton. There we go. So now Leon can move in successfully. Chivalry. And melee attack. And let's just end his turn. I'm not going to use again just yet because I'm expecting an AOE attack from Bozel. So let's just hold off on that and have Sophie end their turn back here. So yep, AOE attack, and everyone survives. So there is a cannot be healed debuff, so I'm going to need to use Aurora Ring right now. So let's do that. Removing all those debuffs from everyone. And furthermore, it's time to rewind so I have access to all my skills again. Not yet, sorry. Not quite yet. Let's have Leon attack first, and then go from there. Let's see, I'm just trying to figure out how to rewind this properly If I rewind from here, everyone will be okay. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have Liana come up, and again Leon, and then rewind right now to refresh everybody's skills. That way, Leon can reactivate Chivalry, do another attack on Bozel. And I'm going to not use Assault for this one, just holding on to the Assault skill, because Bozel already has a cannot be healed effect on him. Let's just have Ledin faction buff here. So Bozel actually uses a single target attack. And now he's back up against the wall. So this is exactly what I wanted to happen. Because I can surround him very easily now. So let's have Ledin start things off with Divine Guard, I guess. Alright, let's mass heal first. I'm trying to stay outside of Bozel's AOE range, which is why I'm doing this from afar, rather than closing the distance. I'm not quite sure if my healers here can survive. Chloe definitely can, but Sophia with her hit points probably cannot. So, with that done, it's time to start attacking. So Leon first. Liana might as well again Leon for a second attack. Uh-oh. He took some damage, but he should still live. And Ledin Divine Guard. So Black Hole. Everyone lives. That's all I care about. And once more, let's Aurora Ring to remove debuffs. He's used up both of his AOEs at this point, so Sophia can actually run in and heal as needed. In this case though, there's not much need. I'll just have, because they already have the Aurora Ring. So let's just attack Bozel. Do as much damage as I can. And it's turn 13. Bozel is down to less than half hit points, so we are on track to finish this fight, basically. So here we go. Alright. Let's start with a faction buff from Ledin. Next, let's have Chloe come back up and Mass Seal to remove that debuff on Leon. Leon can now Chivalry and Assault Bozel. And then finally, I'm going to actually have Diana again Ledin so that he can activate the Vanguard. And Sophia just hangs back. Nearly over. Ledin, melee attack. Let's have Diana prayer up and heal. Leon can move 2 tiles and attack. And retreat. And Chloe is not going to be stupid. She's just going to stand here and apply the White Wing effect on a bunch of my characters. Earthquake. Everyone lives. Barely, but everyone lives. So the fact that Chloe barely survived with that much hit points shows that I think Sophia definitely cannot. Right? We can see right now. Let's see. 5183 minus 731 means I took 4,452 damage. Sophia would be very risky. 4454 versus 4470? Yeah. So it's a good thing I kept Sophia all the way back, basically. Alright. So now it's debuff removal time yet again, isn't it? And you know what? I just need to do 1 hit on Bozel, isn't it? So at this point, why don't I just have Sophia rewind my party. And then I can Aurora Ring everyone. Totally unnecessary, but it removes those debuffs anyways. And now Leon can Chivalry and Assault Bozel for the finish. So there we go. And that is the last challenge. So, thanks for watching everyone. I hope you found this useful in your attempts to clear the fight. I mean, I really do think having 3 attackers is better than just the 2 that I brought, especially since Ledin struggles to attack here. But nonetheless, this does work, especially with, especially with Sophia to keep rewinding so that I keep having Chivalry, Chloe keeps having Aurora Ring, and so on. The key point here is because my Sophia is too weak to survive with her hit points, she had to hang back, right? But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So I don't know if you've... I mean, the reason my Sophia had to hang back is, once again, because she does not have her toughness bond unlocked at all. And her heart bond is only level 1. If she had a higher upgraded heart bond with a bit more hit points, she should have been fine. Similarly, and it's because I think Chloe has a bit of the toughness bond that she's actually able to move in, by comparison. If I bring up Chloe quickly, right, her heart bond's only level 2. Oh, she doesn't even have the heart the toughness bond either. So, oh, okay. So the reason Chloe could survive was due to equipment differences, I guess. Chloe has Liana's primary set of gear. Even though she was only at 3 out of 4 class mastery, her set of gear has a lot of plus hit points buffs. There's 7% here, 9% here with 137 hit points, 9% here, and another 7% here. So if you add all that up, right, it's 7 plus 9 plus 9 plus 7 for a total of 32% hit point increase and another 137 hit points. So that gave her enough hit points to tank the AOE blasts, right? Especially since they're all SSR items, even though she only has 3 out of 4 class mastery. Whereas Sophia, even though she has the completed class mastery, her equipment, sorry, let me just back up to get rid of that noise. Even though she has 4 out of 4 class mastery, her equipment was 3 pieces of SSR gear, sorry, of SR gear rather than SSRs, right? So even though she has, I think, a similar percentage increase, I think there's 10%, 20%, 26% hit point increase, right? The stat difference from SR versus SSR gear allowed Chloe to survive and Sophia to not. It was close though. As for Liana, my Liana for this particular fight, she actually has Lana's gear. Because I didn't really have another proper equipment set to give Liana. If I just remove this set and give it back to Lana, I do have a third healer set. But this third healer set did not provide enough hit points for Liana to survive. I had failed to run with this set. So this set of gear did not have enough hit point increases because there's no hit point increase percentage, no hit point percentage increase, and it's only a level 37 out of 40. This one only has 4% hit points, and this one has no hit point increase. So the fact that none of these enchants gives additional hit points caused Lian to die when I tried this fight with this set of gear. So there you go. And everyone knows my Leon has 6 stars. He's actually fully bonded now in terms of all of his bonds are maxed out at the current state. 9, max, 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 and a max heart bond. Ledin is pretty similar. Ledin's bonds, right? He only has a level 5 attack bond, but the only reason to increase this bond would be for more skill, because attacking int don't matter for Ledin. So in some way, in a lot of ways, you could leave this at even level 1 and it would still be fine. So basically, max bonds for Ledin and Leon, which is why I brought them both. So there you go. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching, everyone. On that note, Nitro out.